safest place to put it while I was wandering around talking last minute was in the big box with all the rest of the books.
Good idea.
That was my instinct told me that, and the book was quite safe there. Okay. Thanks to you for coming. Just a few thank yous. Thanks to the Bikeshed for having us. And thanks to Sue and Janet for selling a few books and looking after the money. It's safe for them, wherever they've gone. A Chance of Love, that's the title. That was a very small chance. A bit of a lottery. And the idea of the title came after I decided to put all these sonnets together and try and find a publisher for them. I read through them all, and one of them has the title in the sonnet. If you listen out, you have to listen hard. You might catch it. Thanks to Oversteps Books for accepting my little submission. All Win Marriage is Oversteps Books. And the other thing about the front cover, I'm doing this all in order. The front cover, there's a little photo of a dandelion seed head. It was taken by me. It's not actually credited in the book, but there is a clue. If you read the brief biography on the back, it says the chief influences on his life, that's James Turner, and writing have been J. Krishnamurti, Dostoevsky, John Cooper Powys, and Alice Miller. He enjoys walking, photographing weeds, classical music and philosophy, and he's lived in Exeter for over 40 years. There's a sort of a clue there. And turnover, title page, A Chance of Love again, sonnets of 2 decades. 2 decades, not decades. I keep calling it decades. I think that's because that's what I was doing quite a lot of the time. The sonnet is got 14 lines. The first sonnet was written. The first sonnets were written in Sicily, probably by a chap called Giacomo da Lentino. I'm reading it from. Did I say 12th century? 13th century. 1210 to 1240. There were a group of sonnet writers, and they came up with a sonnet, 14 lines, 11 syllables, because all the Italian words end with a little unemphasized syllable. And a rhyme scheme not totally different from what people use now. And it didn't seem to have come from anywhere. They don't know quite why they did it, but it caught on there. Quite a lot of sonnets were written at that time. And then it was developed, Italians wrote it, and then Petrarch made it very famous, and then it crossed national boundaries, and Thomas Wyatt and the Earl of Surrey started writing them in England, and then we had Shakespeare. And the first sonnet I ever read properly and worked out how to write a sonnet in about 1992 or 3 was a William Shakespeare, one about lust, I seem to remember. And took it from there. And the back cover, well, we've got the autobiography, the biography there. thanks to probably the best part of the book are the two endorsements from Harry Guest. Thanks to Harry, and Matt Harvey. So we have a good page poet as performance poets, slightly disparagingly called, in Harry Guest with an endorsement, and a good performance poet, Matt Harvey, has written the other one. And Matt Harvey, there's a very penetrating sentence which he ends his endorsement with. None of these sonnets goes on too long. Dedication page, I missed that out. For Janet. Who give me a home. I have a home now. And on that, further down on the same page, is I don't know what you call it. A quote at the beginning of the poem is an epigraph. At the beginning of a book, does it have a name? Is it still an epigraph? Anyway, a quote from J. Krishnamurti from The First and Last Freedom, Golanks, publisher 1954. The world is not different from us and our activities because it is what we are which creates the problems of the world. And that's my excuse for writing about myself all the way through here. In fact, I'm writing about the world because we are the world. And acknowledgements. I just want to do a quick thanks to all the open mic venues where nearly everyone, I think every one of these sonnets has been tried out inflicted on audiences at One Night Stanza, which no longer does exist, at Totnes. I think Rose Cook, Matt Harvey might have had something to do with that. The Language Club, Tim Allen, Plymouth. Poetry Island, Ian Beach, unfortunately, can't be with us tonight. Football. It's a football. He supports Wrexham. He phoned me up earlier on, and they were beaten by a team that nobody's ever heard of called North Surbiton or something. It's a small village with about 12 people in it. They got so he's not very happy, but penalty shooter. Anyway, Poetry Island, Torquay, and I've done Taking the Mic, Exeter. That's Tim King and Morwenna Griffiths, and Uncut Poets in Exeter. Well, lately it's been my former boss, Mr. Patterson, and Liz Adams, and before that, what's his name? I forgot his name. Tony Fraser, and before that was James Bell, and me as well. I would thank myself. Yes. Okay, so that's it. So, although the sonnets don't go on too long, I must make sure I don't go on too long as well. So, it's in 3 parts, this book, 3 sort of chapters. Part 1, work. Part 2, to be vulnerable. Part 3, to be nothing. And each part has a Krishnamurti quote. And we'll just read them. Work. Each one must become aware of the issues of wrong occupation with its disasters and miseries, weary routine, and death-dealing ways. Part 2. To be vulnerable. Krishnamurti, Commentaries on Living, 2nd series, Goddess, 1959. To be vulnerable is to live, to withdraw is to die. And finally, part 3, to be nothing. And this is the end of a sentence. To be nothing, completely nothing. Then, in that state, there is compassion.
Well, to be born chance.
How should I know?
Pearly grey forever here.
And if I go?
There's colour, hunger, food.
And indigestion?
There's grief as well as joy.
Will I be wise?
Unlikely, but
A chance of love? Or not?
a chance.
If I can't stand the pain, then what?
There's always death.
What would you advise?
The whole thing's up to you.
I'm interested.
The start's the tricky part.
Dependency?
Correct.
You mean you cannot guarantee